Good morning, Lewis. Thanks for your willingness to participate in this special series of author interviews.
Well, thank you for having me. Desire Street Press has been very good to me, and I'm excited about being, one of their stable of authors. And so, thanks for having me.
Great. We wanted to start with you here on Martin Luther King Day because of the nature of your novel, Wolf's Run. Your novel, Wolf's Run, is set during the tense and turbulent and sometimes violent era of the civil rights movement in Mississippi in the 1960s. How much did you draw on your personal memories of that era for your highly acclaimed first novel?
Well, I think like most authors, I certainly drew on personal experience. Now, that's not to say that the things I wrote in Wolf's Run are mirror reflections of what I saw at that time at all. Authors, hark back to their experiences and reinterpret them in different ways, and certainly that's the case with Wolf's Run. My mother was a reporter during that era, and of course I was fairly small. I was 5, 6, 7 during much of that time, and often she didn't have a babysitter to leave me with. So I ended up riding on the back seat of her Buick, and as she drove through the Mississippi night, to cover a cross burning or a Klan rally or a church burning. And while I was too small then to really appreciate, I guess, the gravity of what I was seeing, it certainly made a huge impression on me. And I certainly drew on those impressions in writing Wolf's Run.
Wow. You've been quoted as saying you're not sure you gave enough credit in Wolf's Run to the African American heroes of the civil rights movement. Does that include Dr. King?
Well, no, I wouldn't say it includes Dr. King because Dr. King was such a mythic figure. And he died in 1968. Wolf's Run is set in 1969. So no, I wouldn't say that. But I guess my biggest concern is that I think the true heroes of the civil rights era are, for the most part, African Americans who endured incredible hardships, lots of threats, some violence, to persevere and gain the basic rights that all Americans enjoy. Now, that's not to say that there were not white folks who stepped into the breach and did heroic things as well. And that's the point of view from which I tell my story, because that's really the only point of view I have. It's a story told from the point of view of a Southern white boy. That's what I am. That's what I know. I hope it also reflects the heroism of the African Americans in Mississippi at that time. But I had to tell the story from my point of view, and that's really all I can do.